Hello and welcome. Today I will be showing you a command block creation that I've been working on to deal with this thing that you see here. Now this thing here is called a TNT Yeeter. It's been going around YouTube and Minecraft for a little while now, and I decided, what if I tried to basically recreate the TNT Yeeter using command blocks and resource packs and things like that. The resource packs are just mainly to whenever you put the block on the head, it's a little bit smaller than the actual block, so it's mainly to just resize it and then maybe position it a little bit off, but I decided to recreate it using command blocks. So, first thing you need is the bottom part here. Now the first thing that I did was I created a little walking animation here, which I can activate doing this. So you can see in the animate column on the right side, I'm just going through the values 0 through 19, and for each tick I just have it do a little walking animation. So this is the walking animation that I came up with. It's very cartoony. Before I had it going a bit more back and forth, but it looked a little bit too unrealistic, especially with the top half that I'm going to add here. You can see that for 2 cycles the top half follows, but then for the other 2 cycles I have added in the animation of it actually eating the TNT. So let's see the first part of the animation. You can see it follows and then goes back and throws, and goes back and throws. Nice kind of throwing animation. So then, after you throw it, you're going to need to kind of reobtain the TNT. I was thinking maybe it will just pop out behind it whenever it goes back, or just pop out here or something like that, but I decided, wouldn't it be cool if I did something like this? So you can see now, throws it and then boom, it grabs it from underneath it. It's still unrealistic, but it's more cartoony and kind of fun. So it just goes like that, throws, grabs a new one, and it's like that, and resets. And I thought this was a pretty good animation. I wanted to add a face to it. Not the skeleton face, but more of the observer face, because I thought that would look cool. You can see that for the top half and the observer face are kind of matched to this swaying motion of the bottom. I wanted to match that to make it kind of look like it's really mechanic and kind of just like a cool presentation and all animated and stuff, because I wanted to make this look really cool and interesting. So the next thing that I'd like to add is the TNT. You can see it's again an armor stand, and it's actually the same exact size, as well as these are the same exact size. The observer is sized down, but before I had the TNT a little bit smaller, but whenever I throw the TNT, I'm actually summoning a prime TNT, so it would look weird if it was small and then it all of a sudden grew in size. But you can see within a certain amount of animations, or a certain amount of, at a certain time, it removes the TNT from the head of the armor stand and then replaces it whenever it gets down here. So it has a very fluid and dynamic animation. It's a little bit jittery with it going at the speed that it is. I have the TNT match the same rotation as the top yeeter or stonecutter there. So yeah. Next, in order to have it kind of follow you, I have two entities to do this. I have the AI and then I have the follow. The AI is simply a baby zombie, and the follow is simply a villager. And that's like the quickest way and easiest way to get a fluid, nice following pattern to it. So even if I'm on a mountain, he'll still be able to track me like a zombie tracking a villager. And both of them, and I wanted to do a villager. I wanted to add in a villager in case for some reason I'm very far away and then kind of loses sight of me, like I'm behind a wall or something. I wanted the TNT Yeeter to always follow me. So I added in a villager that's simply just one block ahead but facing in the direction that I am. So yeah, let me add in the AI. You can see it's there. It may move around a bit. Yep, there you go. The whole rotation is also based off of the follow. So let me just do that real quick and bam. You can see I also have the head rotating up and down based off of the villager to zombie position. So you can see it kind of tracks you while also kind of swaying back and forth. The TNT is also swaying back and forth, but you can see it goes, launches, and it's all working pretty nicely. And you can see whenever it's following, it kind of goes and stops, and things like that. The reason why it does that is because of the proximity of the villager to the zombie. Now I've run into a few problems with them, in that in order to keep this guy alive, I had to put them both on invulnerability. But the thing is, I didn't know this, but if they're invulnerable, they won't follow or be afraid of things following them, which is kind of the thing that I wanted. I wanted the zombie to follow the villager. So whenever I first spawn in, the villager spawns with no invulnerability, but then once it goes through the brain here, basically, then the villager becomes invulnerable, but by that point the zombie has already tracked the villager. And it's also the case of invisibility. With their new change in how the invisibility works, whenever something's invisible, I believe that kind of the invisibility factor wears off if, for example, like you're making a lot of noise. That may be a thing, but I know one of the main things is proximity. So if you're like one or two blocks away and you have invisibility, it's not gonna matter because they're gonna know that you're there, which was a nice change. So now they're able to track each other. But the thing is, the zombie can't see the villager if he's too far away. But once the zombie starts tracking the villager, then I can push him farther away. So it's just a case of changing, not this to go a little bit further. I forget which one it is. I made this a while ago. Yeah, you can see he's going much faster now. I think I may want to do 2.5 actually. Or 2.75, let's just try that. I made this a while ago. I meant to make a video on it a while ago, but I have just gotten a little bit busy, and I wanted to make a couple changes to it before I made a video going over it, so you can see how fast he's going there. But at any point, if somehow he loses tracking, then the villager will need to be teleported closer to that, and I don't have a checking system for that and things. But hey, I got this working. One other thing that I did was I found that oftentimes he tunneled himself into the ground, as you can see here, and I was doing a bunch of testing. So one of the things that I added was if the player to the you can see that if the player to the entity is a certain height, then there'll be cobblestone underneath. So yeah, that works. You can see, so here, whenever I was floating up above, he kind of made the path, but then whenever I was on his level, he didn't, and he fell all the way down to there. So it simply depends on how high you are from him whenever he starts making the cobblestone. It's just kind of a little thing to help him kind of catch up to you and things like that, because I found that although this is a really cool idea, there's a lot of problems with it, especially whenever he burrows himself into bedrock and can't get out. So I just kind of helped him out a bit with a few things, which two of the things that I wanted to change about his behavior to stop this is, one of them, he's lost now. Where'd he go? Oh, he's way down there. One of the things is you can see he's throwing the TNT, but as soon as I get far enough away, he actually, as soon as I get far enough away, is this far enough? Yeah. As soon as I get far enough away, he'll actually stop launching the TNT, because then he's obviously stuck in a spot, and it's like if you're far enough away, the TNT that he launches at you won't necessarily damage you, it'll most likely damage himself. So I decided to only have it yeet TNT whenever you're close enough and that you're kind of within the blowing up range. Another thing that I wanted to change with him was, of course, now he's stuck in there, and then you continue on your day, and then he's stuck in there and he doesn't really do anything. So I made it to where he normally doesn't teleport that close, but I have the spread players command, which I know has been buggy, but since I'm just using it in this small instance, it's fine for the most part. So once he gets about 100 blocks away, he'll actually, the spread player command will activate, and he'll go somewhere around in this vicinity. You can actually see that he's no longer tracking the villager. One, because they're both invulnerable, and then two, because the other one's invincible, or not invincible, but invisible. Same kind of sounding word. So let me quickly change it back to what it was normally, which was 2, and then he should be tracking them. He may not anymore because again, they're both invulnerable. But let's see if this works. He's actually here. And yeah, you can see he's tracking me again. So yeah, of course, what's a TNT Yeeter with all this logic and moving and animating and all this without the actual TNT? So I'm actually going to get him stuck again so he doesn't blow up anything there. You can see this has been my testing range here. But I'll just quickly move him over here. And let's get some TNT dispensed out of him. So, got him mostly stuck in there. So now I'll just enable the TNT. And hopefully he didn't... Ooh, no. Okay, I thought he already did the spread player. So let me enable the TNT. And it doesn't go off if you're too far away, like I said. As soon as you get close, bam! He's throwing explosives. Where is he? Oh, he's right there. You can see he throws it, and it kind of goes in the trajectory of the player. You can see, which is cool. You can see that, and sometimes the explosions launch him up a bit, which is good to kind of get him out of whatever he's in. So let me actually go far over here, get him to teleport somewhere around me. There he is. And then let me set myself into game mode survival, and let's see what happens. So you can see I also gave him a bit of jump boost, and yeah, there he goes. He's thrown TNT at me. He's actually gotten himself stuck already. But if I go far enough away, he should launch at me. And this is kind of a little thing that I made that I kind of thought would be cool to make. It's just a quick little thing. It's not necessarily a thing that you put in your survival worlds, because he's just going to destroy it and things like that. It's just kind of a, like, say you're doing a short speed running thing or something like that, and you have this guy following you. Let me actually go a bit more out and see if he teleports somewhere around me, which should be happening soon. And let's see what happens. Oh, there he is. Is he working? It looks like he lost his guy. No, there he goes. He's going again. But you can see, you can kind of outrun him. Especially if, I think he goes at the same speed as sprinting. So it's kind of hard to get away from him. He's gotten himself a little bit stuck, but now that I'm far enough away, he can get himself out of it and then start chasing me. I may want to short that distance that he starts propelling TNT at me, because he's kind of getting himself stuck there. I may want to change the trajectory to be up a bit more as well. But yeah, this is kind of the proof and concept stage 1 design of him here. Definitely looks like I want to raise, yeah, definitely want to raise the velocity that he throws it at. Yeah, as you can see, he's catching up to me. That's why I said sprinting is the same speed. Because it's a baby zombie, and those are easily one of the toughest mobs in Minecraft. Yeah, pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty much all that he's gone. He went into a hole. That's pretty much all that I wanted to show with this command block creation that I've made. But I hope you enjoyed it. There he is. And goodbye.